All right, there's only one muscle you need to know for the anterior leg. Tibialis anterior. Where do you think the tibialis anterior originates from?
The anterior tibia.
There we go.
I am
The
just
proximal third of the tibia, and it inserts upon the first metatarsal. When it contracts, it's going to dorsiflex at the foot, at the ankle. Okay? That's easy. Now, let's talk about the sciatic nerve.
I spelled it wrong. I always forget the first I.
The sciatic nerve is actually made up of two trunks, the tibial nerve and the fibular nerve. The problem is that the fibular nerve, in clinical circumstances, is really called the peroneal nerve. And it's actually the common peroneal. Okay? So the sciatic is actually the combination of the tibial nerve and the common peroneal, or you can call it the common fibular. But even though books use the term fibular a lot for this nerve, in clinical practice people call it the peroneal, the common peroneal. And so this sciatic nerve extends down to the level of the knee, and we said it provides innervation to the hamstrings. But then these two branches kind of separate below the knee into a tibial and a common peroneal. And then coming off the common peroneal is the deep peroneal nerve that serves the tibialis anterior. Okay? The reason I mention this is that sometimes people develop a dysfunction of the deep peroneal. It's called a peroneal palsy, particularly in diabetics. And if they develop a peroneal palsy, they lose the ability to dorsiflex at the ankle. And this movement is very, very important when we walk. Every time we take a step forward, we lift up our toes. Okay? We dorsiflex, we contract the tibialis anterior. Now, if we develop a peroneal palsy, we lose that ability. And so what do you think often happens when these patients walk?
It's like a straight leg.
Well, they trip.
Okay.
They tend to trip easily.
They shuffle.
So what we have to give these patients is what's
Maybe that's
called
what I have.
an ankle foot orthotic. So if this is their foot, okay, we're going to give them a brace that has like a 90-degree bend in it, like this, that when they bring their leg forward, it tends to keep the toes pointed upward.
So that's why when you have a cast, that's kind of what the thing at the bottom of the cast looks like?
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to keep it at 90 degrees so that the toes point upward, so you don't trip.
Makes sense.
Okay? Now, let's turn this person around. This is the muscle, the prominent muscle along the calf. This is called the gastrocnemius. The gastrocnemius, notice it has two heads, or two tendons. It originates from both the medial and lateral condyle of the femur. And then it inserts upon the calcaneus via the calcaneal tendon. But nobody calls it the calcaneal tendon. What do they call it?
Achilles.
Achilles tendon. Okay. So this is the gastrocnemius. It's responsible for plantar flexion, like when you stand on your toes. Okay? If you ever watch the Olympics, we've said this before, when those gymnasts come out, their toes are extended. Okay? That's plantar flexion. That's the gastrocnemius. So when you stand on your toes, or when you pedal your bicycle,